Gentlemen,
Hi.
I'm going to take you back to an evening towards the end of the shoot with a young Miss Giovanni Espiritu needing to leave the set. And we needed to shoot this shot. And I sat in a room with a monitor for 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. With you guys giggling.
No, I technically wasn't giggling until he started giggling. So he started giggling first. I was perfectly fine and lucid. I didn't have 9 pounds of sugar.
Can you tell me about that evening? What was so stinking funny?
We were delirious. I was delirious
Yes,
for sure.
he was. I wasn't delirious.
I was totally delirious.
I was professional.
I had not slept. I had not slept. and I was trying to stay awake and so I wouldn't look tired on camera and, because I had to remember all my lines and stuff. So then I thought, all right, well, just, eat lots of sugar and it'll wake me up. And then walked back inside and it was the worst mistake I could have done because then after that I just couldn't stop laughing. I wasn't giggling. I was literally laughing out loud.
Actually, I'll let you in on this. I really thought it was funny too. I was laughing in the other room until I realized that she had to go and we didn't have anything. But what we have works. And actually, it was really good.
I thought our characters would look totally different the very next shoot.
Like you guys would be killed the
Yeah,
next day.
I was afraid.
Rewriting the script. We're rewriting you out.
Like a totally different person. Like Chewie would have a mustache the next day, and then I would be some tall white man.
Before we shot, I brought both of you here to live here
For a month.
for a month.
Let's
talk about that. Share. First of all, I you know why I did it, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can become friends
And build some chemistry and stuff like that. So
Lots of
what
chemistry between us
what
two.
was your first impression of Chewie,
Oh,
Branden?
this is good.
He was very. I met him. We had picked him up from the airport.
Yes.
Yes, and you're very professional. You're very just like, hello, handshake, my name, nice to meet you. I thought that was very interesting because I'm not that way at all. I would have been like, hey, what's up? Hugs, how are you? Love the shoes, kind of a thing. I'm one of those kind of guys. I thought, well, honestly, I was like pulling teeth. Like, oh, this guy's going to be always on me about getting my lines correct and not goofing off and making sure I hit this and using terms I didn't know, like breaking the fourth wall or something. That kind of stuff. But he totally wasn't. And that was cool.
And what was your first impression of this young gentleman?
I thought he was really fun, like right off the back. I remember actually getting off the plane and you were already with them.
Yes.
I just remember seeing a big head of hair.
That's right.
Just like really big hair and a huge smile, and then he like walked up to me and he went or something like he wanted to hug me and I'm just like hi. Like I don't know.
I'm a hugger. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and he said that exact same
And he
line.
said that
I'm
he
a
wasn't.
hugger.
He's
And
like-
I'm like, oh, I'm not.
I said it because you were obviously uncomfortable. You're like, hey, your hand did this. And I was like, hey, your arm got caught in the middle. And like, it was like, ah. So I was like, oh no, I just made this awkward. Oh well.
But we actually we got along pretty well, like right off the back, huh?
Yeah, totally.
We did. Don't make that face.
No, we did. No, it was really, really easy talking and betraying a friendship.
Do you
with
think coming early helped that?
him.
I mean, it made it better.
Yeah.
It made it stronger.
Build trust, kind of
Yeah.
quicker, so it wouldn't.
understand each other, know each other's.
Because we were literally, I feel like we were really comfortable with each other, like during the first week.
Because you do have a scene. You want to talk about the scene where you're really curious about his endowment?
Oh yeah, I remember being nervous about that scene too.
I have no idea what you're talking about. That scene. No, I thought that was just it was a fun scene.
That's one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
It was the me wanting him to measure. It's like,
Yes.
oh, measure.
Uh-huh.
Yes. That wasn't uncomfortable for me. Was it uncomfortable for you? Because I didn't have a. I mean.
No, it was. I was nervous about it when I read the script. I was like, oh shit, I wonder who the guy is gonna be. Like, I still didn't know Branden.
Come a creep.
But then, after I got to know him, I can probably walk naked in front of him, and I'd be totally cool with it. Like.
And I have walked naked in front of him. He's just chose to not look the entire time.
That's funny.
We've both been naked around each other.
Naked
We
in the
just
same
don't.
area in the perimeter. We just never met.
Okay, so, we all lived here. At one point, I believe we counted there were 19 people staying here one night at one point. So you guys lived here together, and we became like a family.
La familia.
Seriously.
Yes.
La familia despacha.
Yeah. Yes. And, but then since we wrapped, you guys went on your different way.
True.
And then we reunited again last night. Let's talk about that reuniting. Branden?
I'll actually... I'm a nice guy. I'll let him go first. I want him to have the first
No,
say.
you go first.
No, because, I always arrived first. I was with them first. I want you to give your interpretation of how our reunion was.
He's just trying to avoid the question.
I really am, because he got off the plane, and he had, like, barbed wire wrapped around his neck or something. I don't know what it was. His hat was, like, it had little switchblades and little knives out of it. I mean, it was directly, like, copied and pasted out of the Janet Jackson Rhythm Nation video. Like, I swear, it was that mixed with a little bit of feedback. Like, it was just like, what's going on? He had the policeman hat on with the studs right here, and he had the vest on, which like all cut off, and then he had the distress. They weren't distressed. They were damn near shorts. Like, they were just, it was pant to this point, and then everything else was just open and gaping. And I was just like, wow, these 2 years have been rough. That's what I immediately thought. And I was like, I feel bad for my friend here. I don't know what happened. But that's what I immediately thought. And then, of course, came my sense of, hey, friendship, love, the obvious ones. Don't hurt me with your hand.
He's picking on you, Chewy. Let's talk
know.
about his facials.
His facials. He cut his hair.
No, how can you forget? Don't you ever remember him walking around with a mask?
Oh, that's right. He'd walk around with what, avocado masks? What were they?
It's the Body Shop, and it's tea tree oil as a mask for oily and blemished skin. And what it is, actually, it's a really good product. I actually would endorse it if they'd pay me. It's an amazing product. It's not working as of right now, because you can see the pimple right here. But it's really good. It helps for my oily skin, because I tend to get shiny, and my blemished skin. So this is why this happened right here. See that?
That's why we incorporated it into the movie.
That's the thing about Branden. Like, I want to hang with this guy for the rest of my life, because you can't make fun of him. Because he just, like, makes it into a commercial. Like, it's on my face, and I wear it because I got bad skin.
I'll allow both of you to answer, but I want you to think about it.
Uh-huh.
What was your favorite scene working together?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay, yeah. My favorite scene, because all of our other scenes were very, very funny and comical. I was usually joking, and he'd be more like, that's funny, but okay, seriously, kind of that. He was playing that role. I enjoyed the scene where it was Team MGM, and we had just been defeated, or something happened, and there was like a strong sense of like despondence in the room, or in that scene. Everyone was supposed to be defeated or upset. This was after I had just got spot checked, and so did, I believe, Jordan, her character. She got spot checked, and we were all coming back together after we just got this huge loss. And I believe you were like apologizing, or you were telling us about how your character, how you didn't have any money and you couldn't stay for school. Mm-hmm. But everyone, we were upset, and we were just like, oh, and Chewy, and we're all supposed to be there, just like, hey, we got your back, man. And it was nice having that difference,
a little
contrast.
drama.
Yeah, have the serious moment where, hey, distress, and then us as friends are helping him out. It was nice working in that aspect with him, besides always joking and having him laugh and waste our film.
I was very surprised at how convincing all of you were. I was worried that they wouldn't be able to take the serious scene and do it well, and I think that all of the kids shined in that scene. Well,
fortunately, that scene was a little bit later on in the filming process, so we actually became friends, all of us. I believe so. I liked them. I don't know. But we all became friends, so at this point, it wasn't that hard to understand how I'd feel if something happened and she was having any kind of difficulty, or Luis or Roar having any kind of, you know, I feel bad for him and want to help him out. So that's scene I enjoyed the most.
Okay.
Cool.
Top that.
I can't think of a particular scene that's my favorite, but I really liked working with him, cause there were all these other cast members, but I mean the friendship really was there while we were filming. Like, there were all these other cast members, and he could be friends with any of the other cast members. I could go off and talk to any other cast member.
The female ones.
But at the end of the day, or while we were filming or whatever, we'd always come to each other. And we'd just, like, we'd reconnect and we'd, like, rework the scene. You know, and that was really, really cool. And then I loved it, especially with him, because he's so hilarious. Every time that we'd take a scene, he'd say the same line, but every time he'd say it, like, for every take, he'd say it differently. And it was the same line, though. He wouldn't change the words. He'd just change the tone of it or the way he expressed the line. And that was really cool for me, like, just to see him. And it was also kind of like an exercise for me because he changed it, my expression changed as well. So then I really liked that, like, working with him like that. That was really cool because it allowed me to change it up and play with it too. So yeah, that's my answer. And it's all over the place, but too bad.
I liked it. Thank you. I enjoyed working with you too. You were totally different than I was, though, so that was cool. Your method was different than mine, so I thought that was interesting. I thought watching you take on your role was very interesting because it was more that of a seasoned actor, opposed to mine. It was just like, I have lines, I'm gonna learn them and then make them funny. Yeah. So that's how I went at it. But you actually had a certain system and a way of. You would always ask me. I remember I'd come to me with a little blue script in your hand. You'd be like, "Hey, you want to go over lines?" I'm like, "Yes." Or give me a minute, and I'd randomly get
Lost.
disappear somewhere. I get lost from point A to point B and end up out in the pool. But you know what? That's your journey, man. And I had a good time watching you. I learned from you, and I think it was a mutual learning experience.
Yeah,
for both of us.
definitely. I have a question for you, Susan.
Ooh, question.
What's your favorite scene that we worked on together?
I'm gonna say where you want to sleep, and he's pinching your nipple, slapping you in the face, trying to get you to go measure.
That was a good one.
Yeah, and
that was a really good one.
That was the measure scene. Yeah. Okay.
And then you're in your tighty whities, and
That was my Speedo.
yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Some really interesting wardrobe choices.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I have a question for you also.
Yes, sir.
Now, between Chewie and Nicolo, who's your favorite?
Oh, I knew he was going to ask.
That's right.
That.
I'm gonna go with only Nicolo because I've known him longer.
I think Nicolo. Now Branden and Luis. Now Branden and Luis, that's different.
Oh, okay, all right.
We're
I
talking
gotta
about
go
the
back.
character.
Character. That's a tough question. The character.
What? Hey,
I don't know. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Nicolo, only because he made me pee my pants.
Yes, 2 for 2. Awesome.
That's only because you made me pee my pants, and you were always unpredictable. When you did that one thing, and I didn't know that was gonna really transpire, and when those things flew off, and you went on that 5-minute dance.
Ah, okay. That's right.
I literally peed a little bit.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That was good. So
What if-
from that standpoint, his character was much more serious than your
He
character.
was.
Yes.
You're
He had more layers in his character.
yes, and you were the resident comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Certified, bona fide.
Yes. So that's the difference.
I like it. Not to be cheesy or anything, or but like if we were both like you were holding us off edge of the cliff.
Oh
Oh my
god.
god.